been a disappointing tournament for the might of Nice Gary, who were hammered in their second match by tournament favourites Wet Up, leaving the men in blue with just one more opportunity to salvage some pride. The same fate awaits the Saggy Greens, who have been eliminated at the group stage at their first attempt. After tasting defeat against 2 inches short of length in their second match, it's a battle to avoid the wooden spoon in Group A as we enter match 9. Welcome to the WCG for match 9 of the 2019 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees Nice Gary taking on the Saggy Greens in a battle to avoid the wooden spoon in Group A. Both sides are yet to register a point in this year's competition and will want to end their tournament on a high. Nice Gary have won the toss and have sent the Saggy Greens into bat. So it'll be Mitchell Beavis who will get this innings underway for the Saggy Greens. He's yet to score a run in this year's competition. Can he open the floodgates in this, his final match of the tournament? They're set to get underway for match 9. It'll be Luke Hardy bowling over the wicket to Mitchell Beavis. In now, and he starts with a full delivery which slips down the leg side. And the Saggy Greens are off and running for this match. Nice Gary have not been at their best in this tournament and find themselves at the bottom of Group A. Here's Hardy will continue to Beavis, who plays it on the offside. He's going to scamper through for a run. Gets there comfortably in the end. So Mitchell Beavis is off the mark for this match and for the tournament. Must be a great relief for the debutant to get off the mark. Can he go on to make a meaningful contribution in this match? So it'll be Luke Hardy to continue to him now over the wicket. In now to shorter delivery. Oh, but Beavis cannot continue with the innings as he hits this one over the fence. And that's the first wicket down for the Saggy Greens. Beavis gone for 1. The Saggy Greens 1 for 2. So it'll be the Saggy Greens skipper Tom Doyd to make his way to the crease. Has had a pretty impressive tournament with the bat so far for his side. And they'll need him to stand up once again with the Saggy Greens in early trouble. So it'll be Luke Hardy to continue over the wicket here to Tom Doyd. In now to full delivery, and it's a play and miss first up from the big man. And this has been an impressive start with the ball for Luke Hardy. The debutant has seemed to grow as the tournament has gone on. So he'll continue to Tom Doyd over the wicket once again. In now to full delivery, and Tom Doyd hammers this down the ground for 4. That's a brilliant stroke on the up there from the skipper. Was in the air but was in the gap. 4 runs. Skipper v skipper, as it'll be George Paneros to bowl over the wicket to Tom Doyd for the second over. In now to short delivery, and this beats Pat McGregor at cover to get to the boundary. So Tom Doyd is off to another flyer in this match as he's hit this one into the ground and it loops over McGregor. 1 for 10 into the second over. Paneros will continue to Doyd. Doyd plays this off the fence on the leg side. He's going to scamper through for a single and a direct hit, and he was long gone. But thankfully the throw from Luke Hardy was a long way wide. There's brilliant intent from both sides in this match so far. Both are desperate to avoid the wooden spoon in Group A. That is definitely not the prize that both teams were looking to acquire at the start of the day. As Paneros is into Doyd again over the wicket, and Doyd gets this down the ground for another boundary. Too much power on this one for Paneros, who reached out in vain to stop it. Doyd races to 13. Paneros to continue to Doyd over the wicket once again. In now to full delivery, and Doyd's able to get this through mid-wicket for yet another boundary. Doyd has raced to 17. Saggy Greens are 1 for 19 after 2. So it'll be Pat McGregor to come in around the wicket for the third over of the innings. In now to Doyd, and this one slides down the leg side and will be called a wide. And this has been a big problem for Nice Gary in this tournament. They have just not been able to sustain pressure for long enough in periods of the match. We're seeing further evidence of that in this one. So it'll be McGregor to continue around the wicket to Doyd. In now, this one's a full toss, and Doyd gets this away to the boundary once again. It's another poor delivery there from McGregor and pays the price. 1 for 24 into the third over as McGregor will continue around the wicket here to Doyd, and this one gets a thick inside edge onto the fence. Doyd opts against taking a single. It has got increasingly hotter throughout the day here at the WCG. Here is Pat will continue again now to Doyd. And that, no, it hasn't been given a wide. That has flicked Doyd's leg on the way through. That spares Pat's blushes. So So 2 consecutive dots there for Nice Gary and McGregor, which is a decent result. As McGregor will continue to Doy in the third over. In now to full delivery, and Doy gets another thick inside edge onto the fence and again turns down the single. So 3 dots in a row here for Nice Gary. This is good. This is what has been lacking throughout their tournament. As McGregor will continue again to Doy, and this one has slipped down the leg side unfortunately, and this one will be called a wide. The Saggy Greens are sitting quite pretty at 1 for 25 into the third over. Can he push his side well into the 30s? Pat McGregor will come in for the final ball of his over. In now to full delivery. Oh, he's bowled him. That's a great delivery there to end with for McGregor. His final delivery of the tournament gets the big wicket of Doy, who departs for 21. So it's Matt Thorpe, the third and final batsman at the crease here for the Saggy Greens. His side are 2 for 25 as we enter the final over. Can he kick them up into the mid-30s? So it'll be Luke Hardy to bowl the fourth and final over of the innings. In now round the wicket to Thorpe. It's a full delivery and Thorpe finds the boundary with his first ball. He looked to be a bit of a leading edge, but it's 4 runs all the same. Saggy Greens 2 for 29 with 4 deliveries left in the innings. As Hardy will continue around the wicket to Thorpe, and this one has gone onto the roof and gone over the fence. So that's the end of the Saggy Greens innings. They have been dismissed for 29. Will that be enough to avoid the wooden spoon? So the Saggy Greens have set the men in blue 30 to win after they were bowled out in the final over for 29. Tom Doy starring with the bat once again. So he made 21 of 13 deliveries. Luke Hardy was the main destroyer with the ball for Nice Gary, taking 2 for 10. So it's 30 to get for Nice Gary to avoid the Group A wooden spoon. Can they do it? So it's going to be Luke Hardy to get this run chase underway for Nice Gary. Took 2 wickets with the ball in an impressive display. Can he do his bit with the blade to get Nice Gary home? So the first ball of the run chase with Mitchell Beavis bowling to Luke Hardy. In now to full delivery, and it's a play miss there from Hardy, and that narrowly misses the off stump. That's a brilliant start there from the Saggy Greens, who start with a dot. Mitchell Beavis to continue over the wicket in the opening over. In now to short wide delivery, and Hardy has hit this to the boundary, and he's hit this away for 6. And Luke Hardy is off the mark in style. Nice Gary are away. Nice Gary no wicket for 8 in the first over. As Beavis will continue again here to Hardy, and that's a full delivery. He can't beat Thorpe there at cover. That's a priceless dot. So Beavis in over the wicket once again here to Hardy. In now to shorter delivery outside the off stump, and he's got an edge. And that's the first wicket down for Nice Gary. Beavis picks up his first wicket of the tournament, and Hardy's tournament comes to an end. So it'll be George Paneros, the Nice Gary skipper, to make his way to the crease. Made 16 off 8 deliveries in their last match against Wet Up. His side will need him to step up once again in this run chase. So Beavis into Paneros for the final ball of the over. In now it's a good length delivery, and he can't beat Thorpe there at cover. Matt Thorpe in now for the second over of the innings. This is into Paneros. It's a good length delivery, and Paneros backs away to give himself some room, but can't make contact, and that's another priceless dot. So it's 21 or 14 deliveries required for Nice Gary, as Thorpe comes in once again to Paneros, and it's a full delivery, and Paneros is able to clip this off his toes to the mid-wicket boundary. Paneros is off the mark in style, reduces the deficit. Thorpe to continue to Paneros over the wicket in the second over. In now it's a good length delivery, and Paneros can only defend that on the offside to Dom Doy at cover. So it's 17 to get for the men in blue if they're going to salvage some pride in this tournament. As Matt Thorpe will continue to Paneros over the wicket in the second over, as he's in now to wide delivery, and Paneros has a wild swing at it and doesn't make contact, so that's another priceless dot there for the Saggy Greens. So it's 17 to get off 11 deliveries here for Nice Gary. This is getting pretty tight as Thorpe is in for the final ball of his over, and Paneros is able to hit this over cover for 6, and that is a massive boundary as we enter the third over. So it'll be Mitchell Beavis to bowl the third over of the innings. as he's in now to Paneros, and it's a play miss there for Paneros. Unfortunately enough there for the Nice Gary skipper. It has bounced over the top of the stumps. There's another priceless dot there for the Saggy Greens. So it's 11 to get off 9 deliveries here for Nice Gary. They're going to avoid the wooden spoon in Group A. As Beavers continues to Paneros, and he goes right through the Nice Gary skipper. And Beavers picks up his second wicket of the match, and it's the big wicket of Paneros. And still some work to do here for Nice Gary. So it's Patrick McGregor, the final batsman to walk out here for Nice Gary. Has had a horrible summer with the bat, and he walks out with his side needing 11 of 8 deliveries. Can the Saggy Greens cause a ball over and register their first win at the tournament? As Beavers bowls again now to Pat McGregor, and McGregor drives this down the ground, first delivery for a boundary. Calm as you like there from the big fella. That's a good way to get off the mark. So it's 7 of 7 required here for Nice Gary. As Beavers bowls again over the wicket, and that's a horrible delivery which will be called a wide. So that helps the men in blue. As it's now 6 to get for Nice Gary. Just 1 wicket away are the Saggy Greens from a momentous victory. Here's Beavers will continue to Pat, and he gets this away to the mid-wicket boundary. That is a priceless boundary there for Nice Gary, and it's now 2 to win as Pat McGregor has raced along to 8. So the final delivery of the Mitchell Beavers over, as he's in now to McGregor, and it's a short delivery, but he can't beat Thorpe at cover, and that brings to an end the third over of the innings. Nice Gary are 2 for 28 as we enter the final over of the innings. It's 2 to win here for the men in blue. The Saggy Greens are just 1 wicket away from glory as well. It's going to be Tom Doy to take responsibilities for this final over as he's in now to McGregor, who cuts this away for 6, and that's the end of the match. Nice Gary have avoided the wooden spoon as Pat McGregor comes good with the bat. So Nice Gary have completed just the 3rd successful run chase of the tournament. They have squeezed past the Saggy Greens by just 1 wicket to avoid the wooden spoon in Group A. Pat McGregor finishing with 14 of 4 deliveries to get his side home in a thriller. So Nice Gary finished their tournament on a high, and it's the wooden spoon in Group A for the Saggy Greens, who have failed to register a single point in the competition.